Comics should always smell very good. You agree, we agree, thus, we bring you Comics Should Smell Good every Wednesday from Zanadu Comics here in Seattle. Casey, Morgan, you might be missing someone, Mr. Will, who's usually here.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know. He's gone a lot. I can't, it's that old guy that's usually with us. He talks about Marvel comics.
Oh, that nerd.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you might notice a very severe, in fact, I don't have any Marvel or DC comics, do you?
I got like one? I got two.
Okay, there you go.
Three, actually,
okay,
no.
those three, there you go. Alright, well. Anyway, regardless, I will start it off with Spawn. Yes, it's still going. Eric Larson, Todd McFarlane continuing the Satan Saga Wars. Yes, super violence. This issue has talking. Just to be warning, warn you. The last two issues, there was just death. This issue, they kind of put the death with some talking, so that next issue is going to be more death, and you'll understand why. But, yay, violence.
Speaking of violence, we've got a classic here being translated for the first time. This is the second volume of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Volume 2,
Yeah, right.
Battle Tendency. This is I think they have 9 parts at this point, spanning the legacy of the Joestar family, which only the third part had been translated formally before Viz and Shonen Jump started translating the whole thing from the beginning. But this is brutal. It's lighthearted and fun at times and totally silly all the time, but you also have people getting their hands split in half and their fingernails ripped out and I'm pretty sure one of the Nazis in the last book swallowed a grenade and blew up from the inside. Oh, and there's also the villain who literally goes inside of you and tears your heart from the inside.
Right.
It's hardcore, but it's also totally sweet.
Oh, man. Well, completely opposite of that, from Image Comics and Emma Rios and Hui Lim, I think I said that right, we bring you Mirror, #1. This is a very elegant and very kind of fluidy, floral fantasy story here. Emma Rios has been doing the art chores and co-creator of Pretty Deadly, along with helming the Island Anthology with Brandon Graham. And this was originally part of the 8-House universe, but now kind of standing on its own. But really great watercolor stuff, lots of very cool anthropomorphic characters mixed with humans and stuff like that. You got bears.
Yeah,
and
there's a bear.
Yeah.
It's got that Biomega stamp of approval on it.
It does. It does. It doesn't have a hook, but you're not going to get that, really. And it's got this great, I love this cover, how it really stands.
Oh, whoa!
It's really strong,
Damn.
and then opens
That's
up, and it's
cool.
got this nice breathing, So, yeah. Very cool, and newcomer for Hui Lim here. I don't think I've really seen anything other than this, so, yeah.
And over from IDW, we've got the second issue of the anthology series Amazing Forest. All the stories in here are written by Ulysses Farinas and Eric Freitas, and it's drawn by an assortment of artists, this issue being Caitlin Rose Boyle, Angelica Blevins, Sean Pryor, and Mr. Buster Moody.
Ooh, Buster's in this
Task Force
one!
Rad
Yeah,
Squad. Yup.
Buster!
In addition to this insane cover that Ulysses did of every single superhero he's ever thought of, you've also got a story about Fletcher Hanks' Stardust the Super Wizard, which, if you don't know it, is probably the most insane Golden Age hero ever, and that's saying something because the Golden Age was weird.
Yeah, you need to learn yourself real quick, get one of those Fantagraphics books about Fletcher Hanks. I shall destroy all civilized planets. That's right. I mean, do you not buy a comic that's named that? What the hell's wrong with you? Anyway, Kennelblock Blues, new from Boom Studios, kind of continuing the anthropomorphicness here, except this one has more shanking. And other kind of scary jail house antics. Basically, this guy or this dog gets thrown into jail, and instead of dealing with the regular life, well, he just creates this kind of fantasy world that, obviously gets into trouble with some of the other inmates. But, yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. It gets kind of psychedelic and scary. But Ryan Ferrier and Daniel Bayless, who did Translucid for Boom, which was really cool. But yeah, new from Boom Studios this week.
And over at Marvel this week, we've got a really big #1 here from Brian Michael Bendis and Sarah Pichelli. This is Spider-Man #1.
Spider-Man!
No adjectives here, no frills. just Miles and the Avengers and his whole supporting cast who are now in the main Marvel universe.
Don't ask. Secret
Wars.
Wars.
That's all we gotta say.
That's all we gotta say.
No, but it seems that Miles is now closer to the age that Peter was when he started being Spider-Man, like in the original Amazing. Yeah, because he started out, he was like 13, I think, in his first
really
issue,
young,
like real young. But now Sarah Pichelli is drawing him taller, like he's in high school. You know, there's been a few time skips over in the Ultimate Universe, and then now they jumped over to the main Marvel Universe, the whole Secret Wars, all new, all different time skip.
Yeah.
He's around high school age, so maybe that'll make him more relatable to your average comic reader or something. I don't know. All I know is Sarah Pichelli is a fantastic artist. And this is also a really, really sweet Nas cover here.
Yeah. Hip-hop covers that Marvel's been doing have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I just wish they would, like, credit, like, the original artists,
I know,
maybe.
it's really annoying. And not even on the inside cover can you say anything. But regardless, moving on. From Titan Comics, bringing you the first American full-size translation of the very gorgeous, slightly erotic Skygirl.
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly, he says.
Some of it was super erotic. Like they even did kind of an adult issue or so. Alessandro Barbucci and Barbara Canepa. This is the entire series produced by Soleil. Almost 10 years ago now, Marvel brought this over in horrendous small format in single issues. Shame on you, Marvel. This is why it didn't work, because you failed. Titan figures out how to do it right, and for $35 they give you all three. That's right, I feel very strongly about this.
Obviously, yeah.
But they have been bringing you other such amazing things as Samurai, Lone Sloan, which, yeah, freaking Druillet.
Any company that reprints Druillet.
Exactly, you get the props. But no, it's really, really nice book, very nice binding, smells really good, highly, highly recommended.
And I've got another Marvel book here with Uncanny Avengers number 5. The first story arc, drawn by Ryan Stegman, has concluded. They dealt with this weird new Inhuman menace that popped up, and now we've got the Avengers sort of taking on their real mission to hunt down the Red Skull, who still, I guess, has part of Professor X's brain or something.
Did they not kill him yet?
No, hell no.
He's not the killer.
No, they're really bad at killing people.
Well, Professor X is still dead.
Well, yes. But there's a really interesting twist at the end here after the Avengers team up with Gambit to raid one of Red Skull's, last bank accounts? I don't know. They're, trying to steal a safety deposit box or some crap.
Are they poor now?
No, there's some really fun stuff on, a floating criminal, den of sin, basically. They're sort of playing with Rick Remender's concept of Bagalia, which was this weird nation in his Secret Avengers that was just run entirely by supervillains.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright,
yeah, that was
cool.
a really amazing run that Remender did on Secret Avengers.
Cool. Very cool. It had some great Art Adams covers. That was really good. And from Nobrow Entertainment this week, Mean Girls Club by Ryan Heschke. This, first off, is very intense. The colors alone and the zipatone and all that, you might need sunglasses when you open it.
You will feel physical pain if you stare at that.
It's true. But this introduces you to Pinky, Sweets, Blackie, McQuaalude, Wendy, and Wanda, and together they form the Mean Girls Club. And you know what they do? They beat the crap out of people. And they look really good while doing it. Man, if you like pulp stuff, if you like femme fatale stuff, any of that, this is a very awesome little $5 book that's not an art book, that's actual comic books, which kind of blew my mind. So I'm very excited. It's got these nice little flaps and everything. Yeah, very, very cool. Only $5. Very cheap. Very cheap.
And my last pick for you here is from DC. This is the first collection of their Prez series. Collecting the entire first mini-series, which is soon going to be followed up by the second term.
Well, are they doing the rest?
Yeah. They're giving them the whole order.
Alright.
And this is written by Mark Russell, who I wasn't aware of before, but now that he's been announced as the writer for the Flintstones series that DC is going to be doing coming up, I looked into him a bit, and he's been a political satirist for years, decades. Done stuff for actual legitimate publications, not just floppy books.
Right.
But this is drawn by Ben Caldwell, who is holy crap, one of the best artists who's barely doing comics. And they take the sort of Prez concept from the 60s of the smiling teen president and update it for 2015, where this teen girl known as Corndog Girl online, that's her Twitter handle, of course, gets elected president through popular vote, because that's the kind of weird, like, dystopian social media future that this takes place in.
Scary.
Yeah, it's really funny stuff here. And the color's just beautiful. It's all just gorgeous, honestly.
Very cool. And the final pick this week. Boom.
Whoa.
Nemesis Enforcer number 4 is finally here. The winter issue. Glorious, glorious cover by Sid B. We've got Mike McGee in here, Demi Maharis, Adam Vick, and Sahil doing some amazing stuff. And as well Josh Boulay, and of course Jay Zorspark and Darren Schuler. This is 28 pages of all Seattle local artists, completely printed in Seattle, totally Seattle local. Smells
Can you
better.
say Seattle, Lauren?
Seattle. Hashtag Seattle. There you go. Let's do it all together. Yeah, hashtag Seattle. But yes, very excited this is out. $6. And this segues very nicely into I'm going to completely take this over.
Boy.
Hometown heroes. You might have been put off by the Emerald City stuff, like they're stamping out local talent. Maybe you want to go for actual comic books. I mean, that's a novel idea. Well, come to Zoo 1927 events, which is right next door here, on April 8th from 6:30 to 11 p.m. for a local comics art experience where Morgan
Oh yeah,
will
I'm gonna
absolutely be there.
So
So the
actually,
legion
you can meet
of
me.
Morgan
all
fans,
of my fans.
totally. But it's all local comics, all really comics based. We're gonna try to have kind of challenge the idea of what a comic book show can be. You know, so kind of make it more of an art show, music, lights, something different. So when you come in tomorrow, the rest of this week, we'll have flyers and stuff. Let me know if you have any questions or whatever. I'm all about talking about this for many hours because everybody's really tired of hearing about it, I'm sure. Anyway, I think that about fills it up for this week.
Yeah, I think so.
And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again later.